Unpacking the Buddha's First Discourse. Episode 10. The Path Leading to the Cessation of Suffering. First, what do we even mean by unpacking? We can define unpacking as the intense scrutiny of traditional Buddhist and Zen texts. A scrutiny that often breaks down the text sentence by sentence, phrase by phrase, and occasionally word by word. And why even unpack at all? Because not all of us have the opportunity to regularly engage with a living, breathing, enlightened teacher. Understanding that in the Zen tradition, it's this engagement that substitutes for the critical reading of the traditional texts. And so for those who don't have the opportunity to regularly engage with a living teacher, there must be a return to the traditional texts as teacher. And with that return is the understanding that the texts are best approached as sequences of riddles, or perhaps as sequences of landmines. And these riddles must be reconciled, these landmines cleared, if we are to truly make progress. Let's continue. Consider the following text excerpted from the sutta, Setting in Motion the Wheel of the Dhamma. This is the noble truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering. Thus, bhikkhus, in regard to things unheard before, there arose in me vision, knowledge, wisdom, true knowledge, and light. This noble truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering is to be developed. Thus, bhikkhus, in regard to things unheard before, there arose in me vision, knowledge, wisdom, true knowledge, and light. This noble truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering has been developed. Thus, bhikkhus, in regard to things unheard before, there arose in me vision, knowledge, wisdom, true knowledge, and light. And in aiding in the unpacking of this brief excerpt, we might consider a handful of questions. First, what is implied by the phrase, in regard to things unheard before? And how might it relate to the emergence of vision, knowledge, wisdom, true knowledge, and light? Next, how does the structure of the three statements, recognition, instruction, and realization, reflect a progression in the practitioner's relationship to the noble truth of the path? What might be the significance of the phrase, to be developed, in contrast to the other noble truths, to be understood or to be realized, in the larger context of Buddhist practice? How does the development of the path, the Noble Eightfold Path, serve as both a means and an end within this threefold framework of discovery, cultivation, and fulfillment? And finally, why do you think the Buddha repeats the emergence of vision, knowledge, wisdom, true knowledge, and light after each declaration? And what might this repetition suggest about the nature of realization? And so, we're now into the meat of Buddha's first discourse. More to come.